You're listening to Tech Talks, the new podcast from Broadcast Tech. Broadcast sport reporter Max Miller talks to Grant Phillips, exec producer and director at Sunset+Vine, about producing sports content during the coronavirus crisis.
Hello and welcome to the Broadcast Tech Talk. Today we have Grant Phillips from Sunset+Vine, and I'm guessing with everything that's going on coronavirus related recently, you've had to go through quite a few changes. What are the main challenges you have to overcome?
Given that our talking points are based often on the football, and there isn't any, we need to fill the airtime with quality material, and we're doing that just with our imagination and trying to get everybody to cooperate with us. We do a programme called Scottish Football Extra that we've called Scottish Football Extra from Home, and that normally is a precursor to a live match that we would cover. Without any football, the subject is very hard to think of what we're going to talk about. But anyway, we're well on the way, and we're getting good contributions in from everybody, which is great.
It's going to be going out, it's meant to be on Friday, I guess, on BT Sport in the evening.
Yeah, we thought tea time would be a good time to do it. They've given us a 6 o'clock slot. It's not live because we haven't quite worked out the technology to do so. So we're going to edit it. We are recording as much as we can and leaving it as late as possible to record things to allow us time to deliver it. So if something happens about 2:30 tomorrow, it might not be reflected in our live show, live show. But that's the task, and I think everybody understands that really.
With no live sport, what is the content you're trying to put out there? Would it be more highlights or pundit talking? Or
Scottish Football Extra has been well regarded in Scotland, it seems, by the football fans. Our presenter Darryl Curry is great. Our pundits are Chris Sutton and Ali McCoy. And then we've also got a chap called Michael Stewart from Edinburgh, who's a former midfielder, and Stephen Craigan, who's a former defender. So we think we've got a good spine for our team, and they all contribute and they chip in and they ask difficult questions and answer the various talking points. So the big talking point at the moment is, of course, what people will do without football. How will the club survive? Where's the money coming from? A lot of players' contracts, apparently the smaller clubs, are up at the end of May. How do they keep that going? Who pays? How do they get the money? So anyway, they've all got various views on various things, so they'll talk. And then beyond that, we're trying to get inside the camp. We're trying to speak to people connected, either inside the clubs or indeed the managers or chairman or whatever. There's not loads of people willing to talk just now, but we're working at that, and we'll speak to journalists and we'll speak to the fans.
And how have the the on-screen personalities, how have they dealt with, I'm guessing, having to record from home, or has that been difficult? Or
none of it's beyond us. We just need to coordinate it, things that we don't often have to deal with. And they need to learn to record their pieces to camera and send them. So we'll have some more difficulties tomorrow, I'm sure. We're asking for fans to send in little videos, Life Without Football. So we've got some really heartwarming things, little kids talking about life without football. And we've sent our commentator up to Glencoe and a drone and a GoPro, and he's gone up and self-shot, and I've seen pictures this morning. Beautiful, amazing shots. I mean, he's even got a stag in one of his pictures they sent. He's going to self-edit it and then send it as a package to our editors, which should be one less thing for him to do. It's unprecedented times, and we've come up with a way to do it that doesn't rely on too many folk. They'll all be responsible, they'll all sit alone.
Obviously, we don't know how long this could be going on for. I'm guessing you'll have to do it a lot more often in the coming weeks.
We're going to do it every week. Obviously, content is a factor, so I've asked our team to come up with ideas, trying to do some interviews with players, trying to get them to send us their gym exercises at home, just things that, if you sat down for 10 minutes with your pals, you come up with loads of ideas. It's actually just delivering them. That's the hard bit.
How has that been with the technology, I guess, remote working, using it to edit remotely and then also managing to get it in for transmission?
We've done it before. We live in Scotland and our transmission suite is in London, so we do it all the time with non-live stuff, features and things for digital. It's all working thus far.
Can you say what you're using in terms of tech for it?
We've spoken to a couple of companies that allow us to assemble video and then make selections and have a little online studio and make selections. But this week we're not going to do it. We're not going to rely on anybody else. We're just going to do it ourselves. So the guys are filming on their phones or their MacBooks or whatever. I believe the camera at the back of your phone is the best one. So we're that adds a person. So we're asking the guys to ask their wives or whatever to film their pieces to camera and send them via WeTransfer. I think we're doing most of it. And we've also got an app, LiveView Smart.
Is there anything further you'd like to add about what you're doing on Friday night?
To be honest with you, I'm excited about doing something that's responsible and delivering something for the fans, a bit of light relief. You know, you can choose the 6 o'clock news or you can choose Scottish Football Extra.
Thanks for listening to Tech Talks. I hope you enjoyed it, and there'll be plenty more where this came from. Stay tuned.